Well, Midwest grasslands experience a reduction in the value of land for grazing due to the spread of eastern red cedar. The University of Nebraska-Lincoln is tackling the issue, working with landowners to try to conserve these ecosystems. Well, Associate Professor of Agronomy and Horticulture Dirac Twidwell joins us now for an update from Lincoln. And Dirac, thanks for taking the time to chat with us today. So first of all, give us some background on the spread of red cedar and its negative implications for the land.
Yeah, eastern red cedar is something that multiple states in the Great Plains are battling. Nebraska is really at the front lines of the issue, but it's something from Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, something all of them are dealing with. And it's known as one of our greatest threats. It really removes a lot of the profitability of rancher livelihoods, up to 80% actually. And that's a long-term negative impact that lasts a long time. But it's not just that, it's our water resources. It changes how water functions. It changes wildfire danger. And we know that it risks some species becoming more endangered long term.
So how are you and the University of Nebraska-Lincoln looking to address this invasion?
We really do two things. One is that we really look to engage with ranching communities and put science into their fingertips. So together, we're building partnerships that really allow us to better prevent this issue. We know from working with them, prevention's the key. That's why we're not winning on this battle of woody encroachment. Groups that do things like manage the seed, which happens around a football field from a seed source. If ranching communities come together and we put scientific technologies at their fingertips, we can better understand how to strike early, strike often, put more of that money into their pocket instead of this really costly mechanical removal that has really been the foundation of how we've managed this problem in the past.
They certainly do spread quickly once they make an establishment. So what are the next steps and where can viewers go for additional information or get started themselves to prevent it?
So the next steps is we're really emphasizing on keeping our rangelands intact, keeping rangelands that are the healthiest from being compromised by things like cedar and woody encroachment. So there's ranching communities that are coming together and building core areas, defending those cores and trying to grow them. Those are the next steps, and I think a lot of things in the Farm Bill, a lot of things with USDA NRCS, state wildlife agencies and extension are going to provide new technical guidance for ranching groups to better deal with this issue going forward.
Dirac, has there been any kind of investigation into how it's spreading so easily or maybe cropping up in new areas that might not have been expected?
Yeah, it's one of those things that nobody expected long term, but the biggest one is that it's a really fire sensitive plant, and by removing a history of fire from the Great Plains, this has allowed it to really take off and spread. It's the one thing that allowed this species to win. And we've never been able to replace that tool. We've tried, but we've never been as successful as how people previously used fire.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your insight this morning. Again, Dirac Twidwell, he's with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, joining us, of course, from Lincoln this morning.